LR, the Liberal Redneck here, coming to you from a country where the Supreme Court, led by Chief Justice John Roberts, is among the worst in our entire history. The Republican judges in this so-called non-partisan wing of our government have firmly established that justice now revolves around the highest bidder. The rule of law has been swallowed up by the almighty dollar. The ringleader of this justice for sale cabal is, of course, Clarence Thomas. His blatant greed has taken over any semblance of ethics. He accepts lavish gifts, also known as bribes, from those with cases before the court and consistently votes in their favor, a la the old quid pro quo policy. His wife, Jenny Thomas, is a well-established ringleader of the January 6th insurrection, so naturally Clarence refuses to recuse himself regarding any cases before the court involving that egregious attempt to end our democracy. The lifetime appointment of Supreme Court justices has proven to be fatally flawed by the Roberts Court. Barrett and Kavanaugh are grossly underqualified. Alito is more concerned with religion than law. Gorsuch did not deserve an appointment, but was stuffed through thanks to the shenanigans of McConnell. And then there is Clarence. Clarence barely made it through the confirmation hearings by a vote of 52 to 48 after the devastating revelations of Anita Hill, who tried her best to educate us on his unworthiness. She was not the only one who tried to give us a heads up on his character. None other than civil rights icon Rosa Parks gave dire warnings about Clarence. His confirmation to the highest court in the land would not represent a step forward in the road to racial progress, but a U-turn on that road. His statements on Brown v. Board of Education and even on Roe v. Wade, to me, indicate that he wants to push the clock back. The Supreme Court now appears to be turning its back on the undeniable fact of discrimination and exclusion. I believe Judge Thomas will accelerate that trend, and that will be destructive for our nation. Florida schools will begin using Clarence as an example of a black man who developed great wealth and social standing as the result of being owned by rich white men. There's nothing partisan about calling Clarence's actions what they are: a brazen, shameful abuse of power that undermines the legitimacy of the court. That he took these gifts is alarming enough. That he reportedly took them without disclosing that he had taken them, with rare exceptions, makes it hard to believe that he doesn't realize how bad this all looks. Even if Thomas wanted to argue that no gift could sway his legal philosophy, which is impossible to prove, the appearance of impropriety alone helps corrode the reputation of the court. The court's refusal to police itself calls for a drastic overhaul of the current way they do business. No justice is above the law. Thanks for listening, and remember, always vote blue.